Hi everybody! So today's review is going to be Emani Hydra Wear Liquid Foundation. This is a 12-hour wear foundation. It's talc free, paraben free, it's vegan, and let's see what else. You can recycle it and it's organic, and of course it does not test on animals. So this water-based foundation is basically supposed to minimize the look of fine lines. It actually contains jojoba oil in it and hyaluronic acid. So what hyaluronic acid does is it does help the cells in your skin move around a little bit more, and just really just kind of helps them migrate and renew. Now this is a fairly natural, not 100% natural, it does have some man-made ingredients in here, but what makes it fairly natural is the fact that it does have seed oils, it does have jojoba oil in here. So this foundation, because it has jojoba oil in it, is recommended for normal to dry skin. Now the reason I would recommend it for people who even have oily skin is because natural oils seem to work for all skin types for the most part, unless of course you're allergic or that oil is just not going to cut it for you. But for the most part, there is a natural oil out there for even oily skin. Moisturizing products are good for just about anybody's skin type. Everybody needs some amount of hydration, moisturization, whether you feel the need to have it or not. Oil production generally stems from an overabundance of oil production generally stems from somebody possibly using alcohol on their face or using too many scrubs. So their face in turn will produce even more oils to replace the ones that you stripped it away from. Now this product actually comes in about 10 shades, which is actually quite refreshing considering the majority of foundations, well, these days, the majority of foundations come in about 3 or 4 shades because of the popularity of BB creams and CC creams. And what are we having next? Is it DD creams? This comes in about 10 shades. The first couple shades or so are actually fairly soft and pale. This does come in a porcelain, so yay all you pale girls out there, you got yourself a nice foundation. I actually have the shade 210 beige. I am not a porcelain girl. I'm not really dark right now, but I'm probably at my lightest, I would say. This is natural beige, and it actually does go all the way up to ebony, which is extremely nice. This is a fairly natural looking foundation. It looks just like natural skin. It is on the scale of blendability to buildability, I guess you could say. It blends very beautifully, and because it blends so beautifully, aqua being its top ingredient, it doesn't have a enormous buildability. I think it does cover the complexion, smooths it out, makes it gorgeous. If you're wearing rich eyes like I'm wearing but your complexion isn't perfect, it will give you that beautiful soft focus look. But if you need extreme coverage or you want that full coverage look, you're definitely going to have to go back and add some concealer. This is a light to medium weight coverage when it comes to liquid foundations. What I do like about that is the fact that it's not a heavy cakey looking foundation. It blends smoothly. It won't make your complexion look like you plastered foundation on. So it just gives a very natural skin look, and I think the majority of people actually look better, in my opinion, with a light to medium foundation, regardless of your skin issues. I do have freckles, and I'd much rather wear a light to medium than try to cover those up and end up with very heavy face full of makeup. The finish is natural, somewhat dewy, because natural skin usually has more of a satin finish to it, not a full heavy matte coverage. So it's got this very beautiful sort of soft focused look. It does sort of go in there and diminish the look of any amount of breakouts and scarring, so they're just not as heavily apparent once this foundation is on. I have a couple tutorials already using this foundation. I'll be sure to link one in the down box area, description bar, so you can go ahead and check out how this foundation applies. I strongly recommend applying just a few dots towards the center of the face, blending it out in like a paint-like stroke. When you get down to the chin, just kind of softly blend it over the chin-like area. What I do like about this foundation is that its shade ranges are fairly natural. It doesn't run into the extremely orange or golden category. For those who may have purchased this foundation in the past, this is the new packaging. I love the glass bottle. It almost reminds me of some of the Kat Von D packaging, which I'm perfectly okay with because I think it's very elegant. It's like a glass jar. The pump is absolutely easy to work with. It doesn't get stuck. And I think you can unscrew this portion as well. So if you're down to the last bitty bit, you can pretty much get that out. It's airtight, so it's sanitary. So if you're somebody who suffers, once again, from skin problems, you have a beautiful, perfect, airtight foundation that's not gonna get any germs or, you know, hair, cat hair, whatever else in your foundation. This foundation actually is quite generous amount, 40 milliliters or 1.35 fluid ounces. Now the reason I say that's generous is because most foundations contain 1 fluid ounce, and they can go anywhere from $24 maybe to $50 on average. I'm not joking about the 50 bucks. Nowadays foundations are getting even pricier because companies know, or at least they know, or at least they think they know, that they can charge us for a great deal of foundation, assuming we need this product and will purchase it at the price point that they're charging us for. Now, companies are certainly not losing out on any cash when it comes to foundation because people definitely feel that this is their, you know, desert isle product. My foundation cost me $34. Once again, generous amount at 1.35. Use it sparingly, and this bottle should last you a long time. That way you're kind of not going to be plowing, ripping through it, and the companies won't have another 34 of your dollars within a month or two. Now let's say that they do. $34 for your desert isle product is not so, it's not so bad, but yeah, definitely keep some money aside as the weeks go by. Maybe $10 a week, put it aside for your foundation if you're somebody who does in fact plow through their foundation. I've already used this for almost the whole month and my bottle is completely full, so this has lasted me forever. For me, the appearance of this is very much like MAC Face and Body. I feel I found the vegan version of MAC Face and Body without the mineral oils. Yeah, it's worth the effort in finding a more of a full coverage concealer for those terrible skin weeks, just to have this beautiful foundation. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed my review of Emani Hydra Wear Liquid Foundation. I hope you give it a try. Don't let the price point scare you. I really hope you can find it in your stores. Hopefully Whole Foods sells it, Sprouts, Mother's Market, and if you're not in California and you don't have a Mother's Market, they do have an online site, which I'll be happy to link in the bottom bar. Now, generally when you are buying foundations, it's fairly similar across the board. You know, you generally do fit into the similar categories when it comes to shade ranges for the most part. I mean, if you know that you generally buy golden tan, you're probably gonna get golden tan in the next brand, and so on and so forth. So this runs very true to color. So if you would describe yourself as natural beige, as I am, then you would probably want to pick up the same color I have in the shade range. So just a kind of a little idea. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and yeah.